Hi, my name is Tiffany Jagroop, and this is my video analysis and advice on gender communication styles. Determine the communication style of each individual in the video. Jackie. Jackie is direct and seeks clarity. She wants explicit answers and values open communication. Her persistence shows she's trying to understand Mark's true feelings. Jackie can be described using two types of communication styles. Firstly, she uses the assertive communication style at times. She clearly expresses her needs and desires, for instance, when she asks repeatedly, "Do you want me to come by?" By saying this, she is seeking direct answers and is straightforward in her communication. She is also aggressive in moments, such as when the conversation escalates. She becomes frustrated and uses harsh language. This shows a tendency toward aggression when feeling unheard or dismissed. Mark. Mark uses an indirect and nonchalant approach. He avoids expressing his feelings directly, likely to keep things casual and avoid conflict. His responses are vague, leaving room for interpretation. Mark can also be described using two communication styles. Firstly, he is passive aggressive. Mark often avoids answering Jackie's questions directly and can be seen using sarcastic or vague phrases like, "I ain't trippin'" or "It don't matter." This indirect communication style reflects passive aggressive tendencies. He, like Jackie, can also be aggressive in moments. As his frustration builds, Mark becomes confrontational, resorting to insults like, "Female, I answered your damn question." This is an aggressive response to the situation. Advantages and potential drawbacks of each style. Jackie, aggressive communication. Jackie exhibits both strengths and weaknesses in her communication style. Her directness and initiative showcase assertiveness as she seeks clarity and takes steps to reconnect, emphasizing openness and confidence. However, when clarity isn't achieved, her frustration escalates to aggression marked by emotional reactivity and name calling, which disrupts effective dialogue. Assertive communication. Jackie's communication includes assertive traits like promoting clarity, fostering honest dialogue, and demonstrating self assurance. Nonetheless, assertiveness can be perceived as pushy if overdone, risking conflict escalation. In contrast, her aggressive tendencies allow her to express strong emotions and set boundaries, but can damage relationships and shift focus from problem solving to conflict escalation. Balancing these approaches with empathy could enhance her overall communication effectiveness. Mark, passive aggressive communication. Mark's communication style reflects both his strengths and weaknesses. His openness and flexibility stand out as positive traits as he initially avoids confrontation and leaves decisions open ended with responses like, "I ain't trippin' or "It don't matter." This non-confrontational approach allows him to accommodate differing preferences and maintain a sense of adaptability. However, his passive-aggressive tendencies often hinder effective communication. By failing to express his true feelings clearly, Mark creates confusion and frustration, which can escalate tensions and lead to misunderstandings over time. Aggressive communication. When Mark shifts to aggressive communication, his style takes on both advantages and drawbacks. On the positive side, his aggressive responses firmly assert his boundaries, making it clear that he will not tolerate continued ambiguity or back and forth in the conversation. This approach provides clarity even though it is delivered with hostility. However, such behavior risks damaging the relationship by introducing insults and frustration. Example, "Hang up the phone," or "Female, I answered your damn question." This not only derails productive dialogue but also fosters resentment and emotional distance, ultimately eroding trust between the parties involved. Balancing his communication with more empathy and clarity could help Mark improve his overall approach. Advice for Jackie and Mark. Jackie. To improve communication, Jackie and Mark should aim to clearly express their wants and avoid using ambiguous language that could lead to misunderstandings. Jackie could benefit from practicing patience and empathy by recognizing that Mark's indirect communication style might require more time to interpret. Approaching conversations with curiosity rather than frustration could help one navigate his responses more effectively. Additionally, remaining calm under pressure by using I statements and avoiding escalation to insults can maintain a productive tone. Active listening to Mark's tone and word choices might also uncover his underlying emotions, allowing Jackie to respond thoughtfully. Mark. For Mark, being clear and direct in his communication would help eliminate confusion. Instead of vague statements like I ain't tripping, he could openly share his feelings, such as I appreciate the offer, but I prefer to relax state. Recognizing Jackie's need for clarity and responding with honesty, even if uncertain, would foster better understanding. Advice for both Jackie and Mark together. Both could practice assertive communication by balancing honesty with respect. For example, Jackie could say, I'd love to see you, but only if you're okay with it. They can show empathy for each other's styles, for instance. Mark could appreciate advice for Jackie and Mark together. Both could practice assertive communication by balancing honesty with respect. For example, Jackie could say, I'd love to see you, but only if you're okay with it. They can show empathy for each other's styles. For instance, Mark could appreciate Jackie's need for clarity as a sign for her caring about him and staying focused on resolving the issue. These improvements would help them avoid recurring conflicts, resulting in more enjoyable and less stressful interactions. My thoughts on Jackie and Mark. After watching the video, it becomes clear that Mark adopts a more laid back approach to the conversation while Jackie seeks deeper meaning in his words, believing there is a hidden message. However, Mark does not exhibit a fully assertive communication style as originally suggested. Instead, his passive aggressive tendencies, such as vague responses like I ain't tripping or it don't matter, leave Jackie uncertain about his true feelings. From her perspective, his answers suggest he doesn't want her to come over, even though Mark simply intends to communicate that she can come if she wishes without feeling pressured. This disparity in communication styles creates conflict as Jackie wants clarity and directness, while Mark prioritizes flexibility and non confrontation, unintentionally frustrating Jackie. As the conversation escalates, Jackie begins to grow angry because she feels that Mark is withholding clear communication, leading her to perceive his behavior as dismissive or avoidant. Meanwhile, Mark becomes frustrated with Jackie's increasing insistence and emotional escalation, which he likely interprets as aggression. Both resort to aggressive communication with insults and heightened emotions, derailing their interaction further. This highlights the need for both parties to improve their communication strategies. Jackie could practice patience and empathy, focus on interpreting Mark's indirect style without jumping to conclusions, while Mark could benefit from clearer and more direct communication, helping to avoid misunderstandings. If both approach their conversations with mutual respect and assertiveness, they could prevent future conflicts and foster more constructive dialogue. Thank you for listening to my presentation on communication styles.